our big story this weekend, horrific living conditions in a remote part of Taos County. 11 children rescued from what the Taos County Sheriff says was a heavily armed Muslim extremist compound. Now we're getting a first-hand look inside that compound. The developing investigation has raised many questions we're pushing to get answered. Our Ryan Laughlin has been in northern New Mexico since last night. He spoke with the landowners who say this camp was illegally built on their property, and they're frustrated something wasn't done sooner.
Watch your footing. There's a lot of holes and everything's covered.
Tanya and Jason Badger have been dealing with
this is their bathroom, I guess.
This since this winter. The Army veteran couple bought this 10-acre plot with the plan of building a getaway cottage.
I don't know if that's human feces or animal ones.
Instead, it's been turned into a third-world-looking compound hiding just south of the Colorado-New Mexico border. And the discoveries on the lot,
brutal fight enders. That's promising.
Are chilling.
Lots of bullet casings.
There's bullet casings in there.
A shooting range in the back, shattered glass fence in the front, mini crayons scattered about, and live ammunition. One detail that was not released initially by the Taos County Sheriff's is that there was a 150-foot escape tunnel in this compound. This hole here goes into the earth 150 feet. There's a ladder at the end of this, and the owners say they believe it could be used as an escape route. Cross another property line and you'll find the exit to that tunnel. 11 kids were living in these conditions for months. The landowners say Lucas Morton and Siraj Wahaj mistakenly set up camp on their lot sometime after Christmas. They owned the lot directly behind the Badgers' land, and for months they've been either trying to sell their land or kick them out. All attempts have failed. But to the Badgers, their land is the less important concern.
Where else could he, if he's not with them, where is he?
Abdul Kahani Wahaj is the 3-year-old boy that police say was abducted from his home in Georgia at the beginning of December. Police have arrested his father on suspicion of child abduction, but the little boy...
It's not fair. You know, kids can't fight for themselves.
...is still nowhere to be found. From Taos County, Ryan Laughlin, KOB Eyewitness News 4.
It's been our big story all weekend. 11 children were found at a heavily armed Muslim extremist compound in Taos County. The 2 men deputies say were keeping them there are behind bars tonight. And just minutes ago, we learned some new information from the Taos County Sheriff's Office about those men. Deputies say Lucas Morton and Siraj Wahaj will be charged with 11 counts of child abuse. Both are expected to be in court tomorrow. Deputies also tell us 3 women originally found at that compound have also been arrested. They too will each face 11 counts of child abuse.
If it were my kid, I would want somebody looking, whether I was in the state or not. You know, I'm a mother. You can't just let that go.
Those 11 kids are safe. They're in CYFD custody tonight, but 1 child is still missing. And today, KOB was the only station to get an inside look at that compound and the disturbing way those children had been living. And tonight at 10 o'clock, we have new details you'll only see here on KOB4. The landowners where the compound was built are speaking out. They say not enough was done or is being done to find that still missing 3-year-old out of Georgia. Our Ryan Laughlin has the exclusive.
This is the compound where Taos County sheriffs say they rescued 11 kids from terrible conditions. But this bizarre story takes a twist. We talked to the landowners that own this piece of property. They said that they've seen the missing kid from Georgia months ago, told authorities, and now he's still missing. The only thing living in this dirt hole in Taos County?
It's an animal.
A small gray kitten. Jason Badger and his wife Tanya, an Army veteran couple, are now providing food and water for the cat.
There's onions and there's oatmeal and rice.
Food and water, something that Taos County officials say was deprived from 11 kids living in this.
So I think they were staying between here and the truck and the tunnel.
A half-buried trailer fortified by tire walls. The Badgers say this compound popped up on their property in January. The guys allegedly responsible for it, Lucas Morton and Siraj Wahaj, were supposed to build on the lot behind the Badgers. For months, they tried to get the courts and the cops to get them out of there, but kept running into walls until this Friday.
Whenever a law enforcement officer tells you that it was a rough day at work, this was one of those rough days at work.
A tactical team overtook the heavily armed compound Friday night, but some say it should have been a lot sooner.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
Back in February, the Badgers say they think they saw the still missing 3-year-old Abdul Ghani Wahaj. In May, they learned from Georgia news reports the boy was abducted and reported it to Taos County sheriffs. Sheriffs say they didn't have enough hard proof to go into the compound, even though the cops and the Badgers say the compound's there illegally. They started a surveillance operation hoping to spot the boy, but when that didn't work, Jason says he was approached and asked if he'd wear a hidden camera to take part in the recon mission.
When you think about it, that's you asked me to do it when you're afraid to send cops up there. You tell me all this, they're radicalists, they got guns, you're afraid to go up there, but you asked me to go up there and do it.
Taos County sheriffs wouldn't comment on whether or not they asked a private citizen to wear a surveillance equipment, citing that it's an ongoing investigation. The Badgers want more resources dedicated to searching their property.
At this point, what the resources that we had, we did a thorough search of that compound.
However, hours after Sergeant Reel said that, the Badgers sent us these photos of more guns, a tactical vest, and said there was video cameras and a laptop still at the compound.
And where is he?
A question nobody has an answer for.
Do you believe if we would have moved in earlier that this 3-year-old wouldn't be missing?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
From Taos County, Ryan Laughlin, KOB Eyewitness News 4.
The sheriff says they also collected 2 more guns from that compound today, but they question where they came from. A search warrant obtained by KOB provides more insight into this investigation. According to those documents, the missing boy, Abdul Ghani Wahaj, has a medical condition and suffers from seizures. It also impacts the way the boy walks. His mother told investigators that he has a limp. Documents say the boy's father, Siraj Wahaj, was planning to perform an exorcism on the child and deny his medications. Aerial surveillance conducted by the FBI showed both males and females on the compound and one child walking with a limp. As we continue to learn new details about this story from northern New Mexico, we'll have all the updates on air and online. Stay with KOB Eyewitness News 4 for those latest updates.